Do you know what that means? That means that a funnel is a disabled tube. It is. A funnel is a disabled tube. If you found my content, then you've probably spent a lot of time on the autistic internet, and if you've spent a lot of time on the autistic internet, you've probably on occasion come across the narrative that autistic people are superior to holistic people because of how we gravitate toward justice seeking. Before I start talking about how there is an aspect of autistic disability that contributes to justice seeking, I can't help but be aware that this video is not going to land well among a lot of conflicts and discussions that are occurring in the neurodivergent community right now, so I want to make something clear from the jump. In the community right now, there is a lot of confusion about what internalized ableism actually looks like. People are just hanging their internalized ableism out to dry on the front lawn for everyone to see. The whole world doesn't need to see that you're wearing that under your clothes. So indecent. The topic warrants its own video, but for now, let's just hit you with the Cliff's Notes of my opinion on this matter. If someone suggests that you may be disabled, that you may have a disability, that in a vacuum, if there's not other shame and yucky context attached to it, just that on its own, not ableist. Now, if somebody does suggest that you might be disabled or have a disability in a vacuum with no other toxic context, and you take that as an insult, that's where the ableism is at. That is called internalized ableism. If you just think the idea of being disabled is inherently shameful, bam. So now that you know my position on that, when I say that autistic justice seeking originates from a place of disability, that is not an insult or a shaming concept. Yes, I know the word starts with dis. I'm not happy about it either. That's the word we got. That's the word that gets people support. That's the word that gets people accessibility. Tough. And if you can't get behind what I just said, that is absolutely fine. Just skip the rest of this video. Like, why? Just don't watch it. It's not gonna make any sense to you if you're not jiving with that premise. You're not gonna like watching it. I'm not gonna like your comments. Let's not put each other through that. Something that tends to happen with a lot of disabilities is because you have a deficit in some area, you have to kind of compensate for that in some other area. The autistic brain is full of things like that, like not a lot going on here, but way too much going on over here. And the autistic brain likes consistent schemas. We like games with consistent rules. We like franchises with consistent lore. And we do not like lies. Lies are so weird. So looking at this particular aspect of autism, it becomes clear that it's not necessarily that we dislike lies because of the moral issue. Or more to the point, we have moral issues because morality provides a consistent schema. Duplicitous behavior, lies. It makes things messy and complicated, and we feel this need to clean that up. Having strong integrity, having a strong, consistent sense of who we are, what we believe in, what our North Star is, it gives us a structure to follow that helps us regulate and navigate the world. And because we need to stick to it consistently in order to function personally, we're really good at keeping other people in line, anchoring people back to the rules, to the traditions.
Your Honor!
You have to raise your hand to speak. In this trial, attorneys must raise their hands first if they have something to say.
You know, people have this idea that autistic people don't want to follow rules. What autistic people don't want to do is follow rules they don't understand and don't agree with. But when we believe, we f***ing believe. It all comes back to emotional regulation and feelings of safety. If a certain belief structure is consistent, it's reliable. If we follow these rules, things turn out good. If we don't follow these rules, things turn out bad. I can see the reasoning for that. We will hang on for dear life and have a very hard time letting go. So once again, there is disability in this because it comes from disability in the areas of pivoting, slower, more involved decision-making processing, and tremendous struggles with just sitting with the gray. I like to call this my autistic comfy seat. Like, a lot of us don't expect to have all the answers to everything all the time, but we do want some answers. Like, we need something to hold us over. For example, I don't know for certain that the things that I do this month are going to generate enough income for me to be able to pay rent, but I am moving forward assuming that they will, because I have to, because if I didn't, I would just freaking collapse and freak out and be like, I can't move forward in life until I'm 100% certain that I'm making the right choice. Oh yeah, that was like basically my entire life until now. My bad. Social justice pursuits can give autistic people that comfy seat. An autistic person can get up in the morning and go, I know what I'm fucking doing today, and I know that it matters. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense that a deficit in one area could be a strength in another depending on the context. You want to see my favorite example? You know you do. This is a funnel. I think we're going to come back to the funnel a lot. What is a funnel? Well, it is a tool. It is a tool designed to restrict the amount of liquid that is coming through into this smaller point to make it easier to do things like pour liquid into a bottle. You wouldn't want a completely open tube to put liquid into a bottle. You would make a mess. It would be crazy.
Because that's how you get ants!
So some really, really smart person one day thought, you know, what if we took a tube and we just restricted it on the end, right? So we can pour things into smaller holes without making a mess. Do you know what that means? That means that a funnel is a disabled tube. It is. A funnel is a disabled tube. It's an autistic pipe. It is a pipe with monotropism. Monotropism is a lot like a funnel. But you know what, y'all? I don't have any tubes in my drawer. I don't have any pipes. I mean, there are pipes in the house, but you know what I mean. As you can see, much like an autistic kid struggling to connect with their peers, the funnel is having trouble connecting with the pipes. But they never give up, even if everyone says, it's a pipe dream. So I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense about how it's shameful to be disabled and how we're not disabled, because that's not very fair to the funnel, is it? The fact that autistic people struggle and have no tolerance for duplicity and lies and bullshit helps make the world a better place for everybody. Dude, you got a Discord community and you don't have a moderator that has autism? You get on that. So that's what I have to say today. Housekeeping for the end of the video. I've got a Kajabi community now. This is what I'm doing instead of Patreon. No more Patreon. Instead, I have a live stream community. If you come in and get the basic membership, then we can hang out. Like, I think I'm gonna do twice a month or once every 2 weeks, but I need to get a group together and figure out what the scheduling is, and we're just gonna be able to hang out, talk neurodivergent stuff. Check out the page, you can read it for more information. I also got the Nerdospicy channel. That's where I'm gonna do more researchy type stuff and less me giving you my opinion type stuff. And like my solutions and opinions are gonna be here, but like studies and stuff are gonna be on Nerdospicy. And if you are a fan of the video game Cyberpunk 2077, I have a lot of fun shenanigans planned. That's gonna be on the Dinstopia channel. On TikTok and Instagram, I'm just gonna do like more casual, laid back sort of stuff. Instagram's gonna have cool quotes and stuff. It's gonna be a little bit more creative, but YouTube is my bread and butter. This is what I like to do. This is how I like to talk. I don't wanna edit my videos down to 2 minutes. So, thanks for taking a look. Like, subscribe. Not good at the YouTube ending stuff. I'm just probably gonna cut myself off at the end and then we'll just go to like an end slip.